In a peaceful small town, there lived a widowed grandmother. Everyone knew her for her compassionate nature and warm smile. Whether it was a sunny dawn or a tempestuous evening, she always seemed content. Folks often stopped by her home to confide their troubles or seek guidance. She spoke sparingly, yet her words never failed to soothe. One day, a weary young woman paid her a visit. Her eyes were exhausted, and she appeared to have been weeping. She settled next to the elder and murmured, "Gran, how are you constantly so cheerful? No matter the circumstance, you never seem distressed. Don't you ever feel awful when life gets difficult?" The grandmother grinned and served her a steaming mug of tea. "My child," she began, "joy isn't determined by our surroundings. It springs from what we hold within." The younger woman looked puzzled. "I don't follow," she replied. "When tragedy strikes, how can a person remain glad?" The elder glanced at a simple oil lamp nearby. Its fire swayed softly in the draft. "Allow me to share my story," she stated calmly. "In my youth, I had a spouse and youngsters. We had little money, but we were joyful. Our home was humble, yet it overflowed with giggles and affection." She halted briefly, her gaze tender with recollection. "Then my husband became ill. We did all we could, but we couldn't afford adequate medical care. As time went on, he weakened. When he finally passed, I believed my soul would shatter. I wept for countless days and nights. I was convinced all brightness had vanished from my world." The listener stayed hushed, her expression full of grief. The grandmother went on. "After a while, I recognized a truth. My tears wouldn't return him to me. My kids still required their mother. They needed my compassion, my resilience. So I dried my eyes and resolved to continue living. Gradually, I came to realize life will always mix beautiful and brutal seasons. We can't prevent the gales, but we can select how we weather them." She reached over and caressed the small lamp. "Each sunrise," she explained, "I kindle this wick, and I declare to myself, this is a fresh start. I will discover one motive to grin. Some mornings, that motive is tiny. Perhaps sunlight streaming through the pane, or the melody of a sparrow, or a generous greeting from a friend. But there is always a blessing if we seek it." The young woman reflected for a minute. Then she inquired quietly, "But what if genuine disaster strikes anew? How can someone still cling to joy then?" The elder nodded thoughtfully. "It's a challenge," she said kindly. "When suffering arrives, we endure it. That is acceptable. But I reassure myself that no season is permanent. Joyful moments fade, and sorrowful ones do too. When pain emerges, I focus on what remains. My well-being, my community, my cherished past, simply the miracle of being here. Happiness is a decision, dear one. We can stare at the shadows and grieve. Or we can turn toward the glow and feel gratitude." The visitor watched the lamp's fire once more. It wavered gently, yet it stayed lit. She observed the grandmother's serene expression and at last smiled. "Thank you," she breathed. "I believe I see now." That evening, upon returning to her apartment, she noticed a little oil lamp on her table. She lit it thoughtfully and repeated the elder's phrase. "This is a fresh start. I will discover one motive to grin." Initially, the motives were modest: the dawn wind, kids playing giggling outside, the aroma of a bakery. But shortly, her spirit started to shift. Even when existence felt burdensome, she recalled the grandmother's wisdom. And as weeks turned to months, she perceived a change. The inner glow she nurtured never dimmed. Eventually, others in the community observed her transformation. They too started questioning how she maintained such tranquility. And she would smile, exactly as the grandmother had, and state, "Joy doesn't arrive from the world outside. It ignites within our own souls." And so, a single flame of serenity spread gently throughout the entire town. All because one resilient woman had kept her lamp burning and her spirit brimming with radiance. This inspiring story reminds us that true happiness is an internal choice, a flame we must protect daily. If this parable of resilience and light resonated with you, please like this story, subscribe for more uplifting content, and share it with someone who needs a spark of hope today. Together, we can spread more light.